Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here again. So then, is this the perfect guitar solo? Well, if you're a young, budding teenage guitar player in the mid-60s, as was Brian May at the time, you certainly may be inclined to feel that way. And if it's one of those solos that caught your ear, heavily inspired you, and helped develop and mold your own style, then you may also feel that way as well. May had stated in an interview in 2020 that this solo in particular was the voice and the style that he wanted to emulate in his own solos, and one can certainly hear that. Now, this track, Hi-Ho Silver Lining by Jeff Beck, was quite a big hit in England at the time, and it's pretty much a timeless classic over there across the pond. However, it didn't make much of a dent, if any dent whatsoever, over here in North America, so it may just be a little bit unfamiliar to many of you, as it was to me as of just a few days ago. Now, granted, this solo from this track, as you just heard, is not overly complicated and it's pretty easy to play, and it features a young Jeff Beck who by 1967 had yet to fully develop the guitar virtuosity that he would become famous for throughout the 70s and beyond. However, it's a damn fine and melodic little solo from the mid-60s with lots of groovy little bends in it, and one can certainly hear its similarity and influence on many later solos that Brian May would put down himself with Queen. That said, let's close in and learn how to play it, shall we? Alright then, the solo to Hi-Ho Silver Lining by Jeff Beck. We are in standard tuning for this tutorial. We're soloing in the key of D major, using the D major scale. We do grab one outside the box note here, the flat fifth at one point as a passing note, but most of this solo is in the D major scale. Starting here on the 5th fret of the D string with a whole bunch of bend releases, full step bend releases. Kind of like that, right? You're doing like full step bend releases of that 5th fret of the D string, and then you're going to release it off to 4, right? And picking each note. Kind of like that. Then we drop onto the 10th fret of the B string for 4 full step bends. And then the final one, keep it up there, give it some nice vibrato, right? And then we're into this. So we're going to go 10 on to 12 of the B string, and then we're going to do some more bend releases, right? Little half step bend releases. And then the final one you let sit there for a bit, and then you pick it and pre-release it back to the natural note. And then we're into this. So we're going to drop onto the 10 of the B string with our middle finger, hammer onto 12, pull it back off to 10, pull it off to that flat fifth there, back onto the 10, and then another drop onto that 12, pull it back off to 10, and then back onto that 12 again with your pinky with a hammer on, pull it back off to 10. Kind of like that. Right? That's about the first half of the solo. Now we're going to drop onto the 9 of the G for 4 bend releases. Or 5, I believe. Again, picking each note, right? And then you release it off to 7. Back onto that 10 for 4 more full step bends. Again, the final one, some nice vibrato. And then we're into these little pull-offs. So you're going to drop onto the 10 of the B, and then you're going to pull off 13 to 12 to 10 4 times. Drop back onto that 12, little half step bend release. And then we finish the solo with this. So 15 off to 14 back to 15. Full step bend. 15, 17. Full step bend with vibrato, right? And there you have it. That is how you play that solo. And there you go. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that'd be very kind. Hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, wherever that may find you, and we will see you next time. Cheers.